following is a presentation of the National Sim Racing League of America. Enjoy the race.
Room to wonder, open road, mile marker, cruise control, strobing headlights, passing cars, constellations, shooting stars, pedal to the metal and I'm feeling alright. Fire on the highway, music on the airwaves, head out the window, gonna feel the cool night. I'ma keep driving for the rest of my life.
Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 13 in season number 7 of the NRLOA Chick-fil-A Cup Series. We are here to conclude the double here on Napa Fan with the Indy 250 and tonight the Coca-Cola 600 from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And after a thrilling race we had earlier this morning at Indianapolis, we come to Charlotte for another thrilling race, this time in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. We got 42 drivers in the field as always, and of course one of them who is looking to do the impossible, and of course that is Nicholas Samadio, who got the win earlier this morning at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He starts in the inside lane back in there to number 24, and he has the chance at making history. He has already made history by becoming the first Daytona 500 winner to win the Indianapolis 250. He also has a chance at completing the full double, sweeping the day. I'm alongside Trey Wright here tonight for the Coca-Cola 600. How do you think Nicholas Samadio is going to tackle this race? He's got that little extra pressure to win this race tonight, knowing that he's already won the Indy 250. Do you think he's going to be going just a little bit harder than everybody else for that win?
I think he is. I mean, he's probably expecting a lot of action here tonight. He's just going to try and keep his nose clean. There aren't going to be a whole lot of cautions, so he's definitely got to work. He's starting in roughly row 12, so he's going to really want to have this race. He's going to really, really, really want to get that double sweep.
He definitely does, but there are 41 other drivers who want to get a victory in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and this is a pretty big race to win. One of the crown jewel events. It's the Coca-Cola 600, the longest race of the season. And all these guys would love to get the victory. This race changes seasons and sometimes even careers for guys. Back in Season 5, Stuart Gratton broke a over 100 race losing streak here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. And of course, William Brock's only career win in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series has come in this race. Dale Salzman, who has been a part-time driver in this series the past few seasons, he won this thing last year, getting his first ever Chick-fil-A Cup Series win. So this is a big event for a lot of guys. And it's going to be very interesting to see who gets it done here tonight. This Saturday lineup in the point standings. Our last winner here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series 2 weeks ago got the win at Canadian Tire. Brad Stover, 355 points towards the championship. Brad Stover leads John Stewart, who is 15 points behind. Cody Sill, the highest veteran in the points standings, is 26 points behind. Roger Ray is 37 points behind, and Diego Yepes is 38 points behind coming into tonight's event. And after today, it's only going to be 7 races until we set the 10-car chase for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series season number 7. So it's go time now. You got to get these top 5, top 10 to finish this consistently from here on out if you're going to have a chance at making it in to the chase for this season. But anyways, can't get this party started without firing the engines. The longest race of the season in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series on the longest day we have had in the NRLOA in quite some time. Let's see who completes the double here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Let's head trackside for the command to fire the engines here in the Coca-Cola 600.
On behalf of all the NRLOA, drivers, start your engines!
And a great command there to fire these guys up for the 13th time this season and for the second time this season in a crown jewel event. Zachary Fitzwater won the first one at Daytona, and next weekend we got the NRLOA 500, the third crown jewel race of the season. But today, or tonight I should say, it's the Coca-Cola 600 from the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and Juan Garcia grabbed the fastest time in qualifying on Thursday night. He will start alongside Roger Ray in the 48, who didn't get the best of runs in the Indy 250 earlier today. One of the, I believe, 9 drivers in the field doing the double. And he's on the outside pole here tonight for the Coca-Cola 600. Richard Kingert, the winner at Atlanta from earlier this season. This track is similar to Atlanta, not all the way, but has some similar properties. And the Season 4 Coca-Cola 600 winner of William Brock. Got Diego Yepez, American Motorsports driver, there on the inside of Matthew Phillips. Jonathan Wong in the 39, starting alongside our last winner, and the points leader, Brad Stover. And Justin Heath in the 30, still going for his first career Napa fan win, even though he already has a championship. He's alongside the 85 of Nick Smith, who's driving the 85 for Friesen Motorsports this weekend. Got a couple of veterans, or quite a few veterans, from 11th to 20th. Cameron Darlington, Justin Roberts, Nathan Stapleton, Trey Bartow, Alexander Rowe, Cody Sill, Isaac Nichols, Elijah Gordon in the number 5. Came oh so close to winning this race in season number 2, but late in the going he got passed by Warren Henniger, who would go on to be a Final Four driver that season. The winners of this race tend to do very well in the championship, so watch out for that as well. The pace car is pulled off. It's the final race of Indy 250 week. The Coke 600 is green from Charlotte. Lap 1, led by Juan Garcia from the pole. Diego Yepez to the inside of Richard Kingert. That is for the second position. And the 32 is going to get the run on the inside and take it away from the Atlanta winner.
Yeah, as you can see, Juan Garcia, he's already got himself to quite a couple car lengths lead, but Diego Yepez, he is running that inside line like there's no tomorrow. He is racing like it is a final lap, even though we got 78-ish laps to go.
Yeah, we still got 77 left to go here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. She's 78, including this one. And Diego Yepez able to get around Richard Kingert there. Kingert got the run on the outside. I believe his teammate was trying to get to the inside of him. Couldn't quite do it. Great run for Jonathan Wong nonetheless. He's a guy who needs a great run here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. He's had a tough season so far in that 39 machine. But he's running 4th right now. Brad Stover to the inside of Roger Ray. That is for the 5th position. And it looks like we might have had a little bit of an issue. It looks like the pack is split up. The caution is not out. But somebody might have had a little bit of a hiccup. And it was Jesse Turner trying to come down the pit lane. An issue on the 77. He's a lap down now for NRLOA Motorsports. A tough break once again for Jesse Turner. It's happened to him twice this season where he's come down the pit lane, coming to the checkered flag, or to the white flag of the event, and had to come down for fuel and had to relinquish a very good finishing position. And it looks like he had another issue here tonight in the Coke 600 that split the field up back in there. But nonetheless, Juan Garcia is still out front in the number 6 machine. Richard Kingert got around Diego Yepez for the 2nd position. Yepez is holding on ahead of Jonathan Wong, Roger Ray, Brad Stover, William Brock, 3 wide. Trey Bartow in the 4 to the inside of Cameron Garlington. Both of these guys could use a great run here tonight, especially Bartow and that single car team, Mobile One Racing. They just need a good run. It's as simple as that for those guys, and they're now in the top 10. And Bartow's one of these guys who I can see winning this race here tonight in that number 4 if he can stay in the top 10 throughout the event. For the lead, Richard Kingert has gotten around Juan Garcia, new leader here in the Coke 600. It's the 47 at Charlotte.
As you can see, these guys are starting to pull away from the main pack as Diego Yepez is trying to get the lead from the 47. He got the air off of his quarter panel, and 32 might have this drag race 1 down the back straightaway is getting a push from Juan Garcia.
He's already got it cleared on the 47, so Diego Yepez still going for his first career Napa fan win. Same with Juan Garcia and Jonathan Wong and Roger Ray, and they're all in the top 5 right now. Brad Stover, he's going for a second win in a row here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series as he's to the inside of Roger Ray. We got a 6-car pack, and then about a second behind those guys, Cameron Garlington leads this pack full of veteran drivers. Got Garlington there, Daniel McMillan, the Rockingham winner, Elijah Gordon, Alex in a row. Nathan Stapleton, he is a rookie to this series, but he's practically a veteran. He's already won a race this season. And there's Nicholas Samadillo, and my phone is ringing, so hold on just 1 second as Juan Garcia to the inside. And Garcia's going to take it away from the 32. And Juan Garcia's back out front here in the Coke 600. Jonathan Wong running in 3rd now. Brad Stover in 4th. And the Season 4 winner of this race, William Brock, currently running in the 5th position. He is the highest veteran in the field right now for Beast Racing. But a great run for Juan Garcia here tonight. Starting on the pole for Dirk Motor Racing and keeping that number 6 in the lead draft. But there goes Yepez back to the inside. I have a feeling Yepez might be one of the guys to watch out for tonight as well. He seems to have a pretty strong machine there in the number 32. And he might have a good chance at victory here tonight. It's going to be the 8th quarter, or the 8th mark of the race. It's not a quarter, it's half a quarter. As they cross the line this time, we're an 1/8 of the way through the Coca-Cola 600 here at Charlotte. Jonathan Wong on Juan Garcia. That is for 2nd. How about the Fords tonight? Top 3 all Fords, and all on different teams as well. American Motorsports, Dirk Motor Racing, and Tanker Motorsports. Doing a pretty good job tonight with those Ford machines. Here comes Brad Stover for Titan Fury on the inside of the Beast Racing machine of William Brock. And we got some guys joining this pack. Cameron Garlington in the 13. Daniel McMillan. Got Elijah Gordon here and Alex in a row. And how about Nicholas Samadillo? I mean, he's closing his way in on the top 10 right now in this 24. Trying to get his 2nd win of the day in 2 of the biggest races on Napa fan. Indy 250 and the Coke 600. He might do it. He's to the inside of his teammate Andrew Miller, I believe, for the 13th position.
Yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of cars up front that we're not usually used to seeing. We've got Jonathan Wong, Juan Garcia. We're used to seeing Brad Stover up front. So you can see the shot of Jesse Turner. But Roger Ray, William Brock, he is really hopefully going to get a good run. He's had a crummy season so far. Cameron Garlington, Daniel McMillan, Elijah Gordon, he's been a little bit inconsistent lately. Just great to see these guys running up front. Yeah.
It definitely is, and especially this guy, Jonathan Wong. I mean, he's really deep in the points, but a win here in the Coke 600 could put him up there, and he just took the lead away from Juan Garcia there. Diego Yepez right behind him trying to close in, and I mean, Brad Stover going for 2 in a row here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. He's got a good chance at doing so. And that number 99, and Yepez to the inside of Jonathan Wong for the lead. The 32 is going to take it away, and I keep on saying that Yepez has a strong car. He does. He keeps on getting that 32 to the point here at Charlotte.
Yeah, and the 32, he is definitely the flagship of American Motorsports. He's just been consistent for the most part. Like, he's had a couple of hiccups, but he has just been fighting all season to get that car in the victory lane. And he's going to have a good shot, but this is a great dogfight between this 32 and this 39 car.
Yeah, they keep on swapping positions, and with that, William Brock, who has found himself in the 3rd position, is continuing to move through the field in the 88. That's the inside of Yepez for 2nd. And the 88 for Beast Racing is going to take it away from Diego Yepez for the 2nd position. Here comes Brad Stover with a run to the inside of Yepez now, and he gets stuck on an outside. He does not work too well. Elijah Gordon was 3 wide there as Alex in a row and Daniel McMillan drove to the inside of him. How about Isaac Nichols in the 22? And speaking of Daniel McMillan, I just thought of this like a couple days ago or something. Remember last season at Road America, I believe it was a battle between Daniel McMillan and Isaac Nichols for the win. And Nichols just barely edged them out in that one. If Daniel McMillan won that race, he would be our defending champion because McMillan did an absolutely fantastic job last season during the chase in the point standings, and there was a really good chance he would have been our champion hadn't he made it into the chase last year. if we had, and I think I mentioned this before, if we had a strict points championship last season, Daniel McMillan would have won the championship. He was the most consistent driver last year, and him being the most consistent driver last year is part of the reason why we changed the championship format to what we have now, and Daniel McMillan trying to take advantage of it. He has only gotten one top 10 this season. That was his win at Rockingham. But right now he's in the top 10 here in the Coke 600. Here comes Juan Garcia down the pit lane. So here we go. First set of green flag pit stops here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. You got Jonathan Wong, Juan Garcia, Daniel McMillan, Isaac Nichols, Nicholas Samadeo. Top 5 down the pit lane.
Yeah, it was a little close between Jonathan Wong and Brad Stover. Yeah, that's who the 99 car is. Yeah, kind of a little bit close quarters there, but they all got onto pit road fine. That is the important part.
They did, and I will say we attempted to record this race once initially, and they could not come down the pit lane too well, just like that. Ace Garcia, he's not on. He's got it. We're still green. But that is a tough break for the 92 and the 16. Jake Jefferson, Ace Garcia getting into each other as they were trying to come down the pit lane. Garcia was never on the racing surface, so the green flag stays out. But that is a heartbreaker, especially for Jake Jefferson. He had a good chance of possibly winning this thing, but he got some front-end damage to his race car after that one. And Ace Garcia with some rear damage, and then number 92. It's a tough break for those guys there. Here come the rest of the guys coming down the pit lane. And shout out to Wade Enterprises driving these American flag schemes. John Stewart's not driving one, but Christian Vargas and Blaine Keys both are. And they look pretty good here on Memorial Day weekend, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's just a way to say thank you to the proud soldiers that are fighting overseas in Iraq and Afghanistan. Just a great way to memorize those who have died defending our great country. And salute you guys.
Great honor for Nicholas Wade, his team, and a great thing to do for this country. Just representing the American spirit in those Wade Enterprises machines with Blaine Keys and Christian Vargas. And everything cycled through, and I do believe that our leader is Jonathan Wong in the 39. Daniel McMillan will be second off the pit lane. But look at who's third. It's Nicholas Samadeo in the 24. How about that run for the Indy 250 winner from earlier today? And this is the point of the race where things begin to spread out and we begin to see who's got a chance at winning this event. There goes Daniel McMillan for the lead on Jonathan Wong. He's going to take it for NRLOA Motorsports. He's going for his second win of the season and his second top 10 of the season as well.
Yeah, and this race is usually won on pit road. We rarely see any cautions in this race, well, except for the phantom debris caution last season. But you really need to have good, consistent pit stops. You need to have a really good car and just be able to do whatever you need to do. Can't make any mistakes when there's a green flag race like this.
Yeah, and Nicholas Samadeo, he got a great pit stop there. And I think a lot of these guys might have come down during that first run, like Jonathan Wong and the 24 Nicholas Samadeo. I have a terrible memory, so I can't remember, but still, Nicholas Samadeo is running second after he won earlier today in the biggest race in the NRLOA. This is the biggest race in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and he is in position to sweep the day. How would it be if Nicholas Samadeo did that, though? I mean, we already know he's a legend by winning the Daytona 500 and the Indianapolis 250, but to win the Indy 250 and the Coke 600 on the same day? How in the world? I mean, Nicholas Samadeo is just something else if he can pull that off.
Iron Man, that's how.
So Samadeo trying to close in on Daniel McMillan. It's now two veterans out front here at Charlotte with Jonathan Wong there. The lone rookie in the top 5 running third. William Brock and Cameron Garlington in the top 5. And Garlington, the teammate to Brad Stover, the veteran on that team. He's the only veteran on the Titan Fury Motorsports team. With Matthew Phillips, Brad Stover both being rookies. Garlington wants to be the veteran and win some races. Show his rookie teammates what it's like to be a Chick-fil-A Cup Series race winner and champion. Of course, Brad Stover already knows what it's like to be a winner, but Garlington wants to know what it's like to be a winner again, too. It's been a while for Garlington. It's been the Season 6 Daytona 500 last time he's won. And to the point, Nicholas Samadeo taking it away from Daniel McMillan. How about this one for the 24? If he could pull this race off, I mean, we just got past a quarter of the way through this race, but he's going to have a good chance of victory here tonight if he can keep this 24, getting some good pit stops on the pit lane.
Yeah, like you said, we're still only a quarter of the way through. We got 3/4 of the way to go. So there's plenty of time for him to make a mistake. And, yeah, you can never know with a thing like this, with a track like this.
Yeah, a lot can happen between now and the finish, and there's a long way to go on this thing. You never know when a caution could come out either. We saw Ace Garcia get spun around there trying to come down the pit lane. That almost triggered a caution, but they kept the green flag, so you never know what could happen here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. You never know when a phantom caution could occur here, because we got that last year as well. That is Cameron Garlington running fourth with Brad Stover, Patrick Smith, Elijah Gordon, William Brock is here. You got Trey Bartow close to the top 10. He's actually in the top 10. Isaac Nichols, Garrett Tenor, and John Arndt. Look at all these veterans just outside the top 10 right now. They all have a chance at victory as well, because they get some good pit stops like Nicholas Samedeo. They will move their way to the front, because this is a very long race. And a lot of drivers back in there with chances at getting the victory here tonight. Jonathan Wong, he wants to spoil the party for Nicholas Samedeo and get his first career Napa fan win here tonight. He is to the inside of the 24. They're side by side for the lead. Coming to the line, I believe Wong's going to lead it at lap 29. A great run there for the 39 car of Jonathan Wong. Daniel McMillan as well running in this 3-car pack for the lead. And McMillan side by side with Nicholas Samedeo for second right now. It's 2.5 seconds back to Cameron Garlington running in the 4th position. There's Patrick Smith, William Brock, Trey Bartow moving his way through the field in the number 1. I believe it's been since Season 5 at Nashville for Trey Bartow. Been a little while for him. It's been since Season 5 at Pocono for Nicholas Samedeo. He'd like to get another win here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Jonathan Wong, however, would like to get his first one as he leads here in the Coca-Cola 600. Daniel McMillan going for his second win of the season in the Hers Dodge. Got the win at Rockingham earlier this season. Beat out Jesse Turner in that one. Speaking of Jesse Turner, we did see him a lap down earlier. He is still the only car a lap down at the moment. But Ace Garcia on the verge of getting put a lap down. Remember, he had the contact with Jake Jefferson. Some way, both of these guys are still on the lead lap. And look at Jefferson's car. Looks like a modified there for the number 16 of Jake Jefferson as he ran into Ace Garcia. And I will say, both Jefferson and Garcia are two of the most passionate guys when it comes to the comments here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. They show a lot of passion for how well they run here in this series, and I think they're going to show a lot of passion after tonight, both getting into each other there on the pit lane. But it looks like Garcia's going to go a lap down as Jonathan Wong gets to the inside of him. And it's still about 2.5 seconds back to Cameron Garlington. So these guys are not really closing in too much, but they all still have a chance at victory here tonight. They can get a good run on the pit lane. Nicholas Samedeo all over Jonathan Wong now. And Samedeo's going to be trying extra hard to get this victory here tonight. They're going to both slipstream past the inside of Jake Jefferson. And I believe that Samedeo's going to actually remain side by side with them off the corner. So that's good news for Jonathan Wong right there, keeping that 39 out front here in the Coca-Cola 600.
Yeah, Jonathan Wong goes to the point as they pass lap traffic. Lap traffic is also a big factor in this race. With a lot of green flag laps, I guess everyone spread out, causes the lap cars with damage to fall behind like Jay Jefferson at the top of your picture, and that can cause some issues.
It definitely can. It caused some issues last night in the Turkey Hill Series race because we did actually have some wrecks in that one. Of course, that was a matter of contact, but it was as they were trying to come down the pit lane and the caution did not come out. They were actually still on the lead lap once they got lapped there as well. So looks like Justin Knight also had an issue on the pit lane. He's got some front end damage to his race car for Zach Ryan International. Been a tough season for Justin Knight in his rookie season here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and he might soon be passed by our leaders if he's not careful. They're side by side for second, and don't look now. Here comes Cameron Garlington in the 13, closing in on the lead draft.
Yeah, and going back to Justin Knight, I believe he made contact with Julio Cesar coming down pit road. But he is definitely going to be a factor in that modified looking car.
However,
Looks like he should be
I
driving
do
the legend track.
believe that these guys are going to have to make their second stop of the night before they're going to be able to reach him. So I don't think it's going to have too much of a factor. But how about Cameron Garlington up to 4th, and he continues to move his way up front. And the closer you are to the lead, once the cycle of pit stops begins, better it is that you'll stay in that lead pack and possibly get the victory. So Jonathan Wong and Nicholas Samadio are down the pit lane. John Art, pole sitter Juan Garcia, Isaac Nichols, Justin Heath, and Nick Smith coming down. There's Justin Roberts, who's a little bit deep in the field here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Not too many guys coming down at the moment. We'll go back up to the lead and should expect some of these leaders to come down now. Daniel McMillan inherited the lead right there in the 75. And he's going to head down the pit lane as Cameron Garlington comes down with him. Brad Stover and William Brock stay out, and the 88 will inherit the lead, leap lap 38 here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Still got quite a few guys staying out there, and this is where things begin to get interesting for this race, because this, it has a very green flag look to it. These guys usually spread out these pit stops once we get later on in the race. And it is possible that some of these guys, after this set of green flag pit stops, may be able to make it on just one more stop in this race. Well, most of them are probably going to have to go too, so we could see ourselves a fuel strategy race here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And we're just going to have to see how it all shakes out as this race goes along, especially if it goes green. That's what makes this thing so interesting. These green flag pit stops just shake up the entire field. And look at where Garlington came out there. He's not too far behind Daniel McMillan, who was the leader. Here comes Jonathan Wong and Nicholas Samadio. And they'll be right in the mix as well, but so will Garlington, I think. I don't think he's going to be too far behind. You still got to get up to speed here. And Nicholas Samadio got stuck behind Justin Knight there as Jonathan Wong's going to clear on the outside and take the lead away after the cycle of pit stops is complete here. These guys are actually coming off the pit lane right now. But I'm pretty sure they're all going to be passed by our leaders here, and they in fact will. So Jonathan Wong still out front in the 39. Nicholas Samadio trying to get around Justin Knight. He has some help there with Daniel McMillan, a couple of veterans right there, looking to help each other. Of course, this is the first season both of these drivers have raced against each other. Nicholas Samadio was on a little bit of a hiatus last season in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, but it's great to have him back. And, no question, after winning that Indianapolis 250, I think a lot of people want to see him get this win here tonight and just become more of a legend that he already is. But he's cleared Justin Knight. Next two cars in line, Colton Yo in the 36, who was in the Indianapolis 250 early today as well, and Matt Dalio at the end of the field. So another three-car battle, or three-way battle for the lead, I should say, with Jonathan Wong leading halfway through the Coca-Cola 600.
Yeah, it's like you can see Nicholas Samadio trying to get the run on the inside, and it's probably going to be a three-car battle unless we get some random caution with 10 to go, but that's highly unlikely, so I'd say it's going to come down to Jonathan Wong, Nicholas Samadio, and Daniel McMillan. Of course, I jinx everything I say.
I gotta say, I think Cameron Garlington, John Art, Patrick Smith, they're going to have a chance. If they can get around Justin Knight here very cleanly and stay in a single-file line, I think they're going to close in on the leaders, and it might be a six-way battle for the lead here shortly. Especially if these guys continue to battle for second place. Jonathan Wong's going to be at a bit of a disadvantage pulling out here because these guys are going to draft on each other and close in. Nicholas Samadio trying to get back to the inside of Daniel McMillan, unable to do so. McMillan stays in the second position as Jonathan Wong stays out front in the 39. Wong's looking pretty strong. Against these veteran drivers he is battling with right now, he is showing them how it's done here tonight. And how about this for the Tanker Motorsports driver? Beating out Daniel McMillan, Nicholas Samadio for the win in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series.
Yeah, that would be really awesome to see this. I believe he's a rookie, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, that would be great to see yet another rookie win this season. This season has been dominated by rookies and kind of getting the old guys stuck in the dust. Kind of the opposite of the real NASCAR season, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the rookies have definitely shown a lot of strength this season. However, veterans have actually won more races than rookies so far. But the rookies, if you look at the point standings, I believe they hold 7 of the 10 positions in the chase right now. But tonight's looking a little bit different, with the exception of Jonathan Wong and Patrick Smith right now. The rest of the top 10 is veterans. You got Justin Heath there as well, but there's 7 veterans in the top 10 right now. And, I mean, Daniel McMillan, Nicholas Samuel, they're right on this 39. They're going to have a good chance of closing in on him here. And, you know, don't count these guys out either. Patrick Smith in the 66 for North State Racing. Cameron Garlington. John Arndt. Great run for John Arndt after he had an issue at Canadian Tire. I believe he fell out of the chase there as he was inside the top 10 for a while. But here he is running 6th right now for Trailblazer Motorsports. And Garrett Sinor. It's been since Season 4 for this guy. He's right now in the 7th position for American Motorsports. And trying to hang on and get his first win in over 3 seasons here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series here tonight. He does have a chance. He's only 2.7 seconds behind. A great pit stop or a slip up by one of the top 3 could put him in a position to possibly win this race.
Yeah, we're only 5/8 of the way through this race. They still have to make 1, possibly 2 more pit stops, so a lot can still happen within the next 30 laps. We could get a caution. We could get, I don't know, pit road speed penalties in this game. We could get a slow stop. You don't know what is going to happen.
You never know what's going to happen. Or a phantom caution. Keep on alluding to that, what happened last year. And here we go. Sam Adio to the inside of Jonathan Wong for the lead. Help from Daniel McMillan on the inside. Sam Adio wants to win this race. I gotta tell you, he does. And he was rather dominant in the Indianapolis 250. Kept his car in the top 10 most of the day over there. And he's kept his car in the top 3 most of the night here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. He's got the run to the inside of Jonathan Wong as Daniel McMillan's going to battle side by side with him. That's exactly what Sam Adio wants to see if he wants to get this lead. He will lead lap number 49 here at Charlotte. And he is the new leader here in the Coca-Cola 600. All that battling allowed these guys to close in a little bit more. How about Garrett Sinor in the 38 in the top 5 as he got around Cameron Garlington and John Arndt there. And he's going to try to get on Patrick Smith here for the 4th position before too long.
Yeah, we saw these guys tandem drafting earlier in the race. That's how they were able to split off from the main pack. So if they tandem draft like they do at play tracks such as Daytona and Talladega, they might be able to catch those guys because Sinor, he's going to try and fight Patrick Smith. So.
And if they keep on battling for the lead like they are right now, Sinor and Smith are going to close in and possibly join this pack before the next set of pit stops begins. Jonathan Wong on the inside of Nicholas Samudio taking it away. That 39 is strong. Let me tell you that. I believe Jonathan Wong has led the most laps in this race so far. And he's got him side by side for second right now, which is exactly what he wants to see if he wants to pull away and continue leading this race. Daniel McMillan on Nicholas Samudio. That is for second. Patrick Smith, Garrett Sinor trying to close in, and they are closing in. 1.5 seconds for Patrick Smith right now. If Sinor and Smith can stay single file like this, they will close in on these top 3 before you know it. And you know what? They kind of already are. So great job by these guys closing in. But Sinor does not want to stay in the 5th position. He wants 4th. He wants to be the first guy in this little pack right here, so he can have a chance at joining the main pack before this race is over. Garrett Sinor wants to win just as much as Nicholas Samudio, let me tell you that. And Daniel McMillan wants to win this thing as well. He's only gotten 1 top 10 all season. That was his win at Rockingham. And there he is to the inside of Jonathan Wong for the lead, taking it away on lap 53 here in the Coke 600.
Yeah, and those 38 and that second pack you see in the top of your screen, they have definitely hacked away at this lead pack, but it's going to take a little bit more, take a lot of teamwork to get up to there and to make this a roughly 9-car battle.
It's going to be an 8-car battle. We got John Arndt there, and I mean, the next car in line is John Stewart, 5 seconds off the lead. So at this point, if this thing stays green, it's going to be one of the top 8 in victory lane here tonight. And it very well could be Daniel McMillan who continues to lead here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for NRLOA Motorsports. But then again, we could have a scenario where some of these guys can make it an overall 3-stop race while others have to come down a 4th time. And this is going to get very interesting here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Sam Adio's coming down now. That guarantees it to be a 4-stop race for him. He's trying to get these tires, though. He's trying to get that momentum on those guys coming off the pit lane once the cycle is done. So we'll have to see how San Mateo fares here. A little bit of an interesting strategy. He's the only guy coming down. They're trying something different right there, and they're hoping it's going to work. Daniel McMillan, Jonathan Wong. Wong's going to come down this time as McMillan stays out. Garrett Zenor will take second. Patrick Smith, Cameron Garlington, and William Brock and John Arndt all stay out as well. And this time, Jonathan Wong, Guan Garcia, Nick Smith, the only guys coming down the pit lane. You got Justin Knight and Justin Roberts back in there as well.
Yeah, and they're definitely playing the strategy game with this one. So you can see a big pack of cars right here. But Daniel McMillan goes to the point. He's got a 1.13 second lead over Garrett Zenor, but I believe he is coming down this time. Zenor goes to the point.
Zenor might be trying to make this a 3-stop race possibly. And William Brock's still out there as well. A lot of guys staying out still. And as this race goes along, these green flag pit stop cycles, they spread out quite a bit, and it takes a few laps to get them done. And we saw that happen at Richmond, and a caution came out in the middle of all that, which is what gave John Stewart the win over there. Sure, if I'm Garrett Zenor, I want the caution to come out now, get all these guys a lap down, be in the lead. We'll have to see how it all goes down for the 38. I believe he is still out there as well. And he is. He is trying to push it to the edge. We'll see if he can do so. If he comes down next time, it will be 21 laps to go for Garrett Zenor, trying to make it on 21 laps. Can he do it for American Motorsports? We're just going to have to find out as this race goes along, but this has a very green flag look to it. Looks like we had some more contact on the pit lane, but Garrett Zenor is finally coming down in the 38. Christian Vargas and Elijah Gordon. Alexander Rowe still staying out there. Brad Stover as well. Blaine Keys. And I think the 06 is still out there. He is. So Christian Vargas... oh my, he might be in a position to win this thing the way this is looking, because when he comes down, it'll be 20 laps to go, and he could definitely make it on 20 laps. We'll have to see what Christian Vargas can do. Rookie driver trying to win his first ever race on Napa Fan, and trying to win the Coca-Cola 600 and the American Flag Machine for Wade Enterprises, not American Motorsports. You know, you guys should have thought of that, but... speaking of thoughts, they had a really great thought on that 24 pit crew, because they just got the lead by coming in ahead of everybody else. And there they go, passing the 38 of Garrett Zenor. San Mateo out front with the caution flag out. If this was another Phantom, oh, it wasn't. Big pile up through the tri-oval. Oh my. Come on, get out of the way for the leaders, please. Here come the leaders.
That was big.
Oh, Matt Gallio around the 79. San Mateo, he's going to avoid that. And our first caution of the night in the Coca-Cola 600, which effectively ruins Christian Vargas' strategy and pretty much everybody else's strategy. And I know you said at the beginning of the broadcast before we went live there that you thought that the 34 was going to wreck. Well, been a bad day for Aaron Walpole. Crashed out in the Indy 250 after winning it in 2016 and wrecking out here at the Coke 600. But now we're at a position where these guys can come down the pit lane, top off on fuel, and make it to the end of the race. But it's going to be a split strategy. Garrett Zenor staying out with William Brock and Elijah Gordon. I think that's Christian Vargas in the 67. This is going to be quite an interesting race for the win here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Let me tell you that. I think all these guys should be good to go to the end. We'll have those caution laps, so this should be it for everybody. But Nicholas San Mateo taking some tires. It looks like he might not get off first off the pit lane here, and he won't. Gets out ahead of Luke Rainey right there, and he'll be the 5th guy, I think, off the pit lane. So he will not be the leader. And it will be Garrett Zenor in the 30... no, it actually will be Christian Vargas. It actually worked out for Christian Vargas staying out there to the end. He did not get lapped. And he will be the leader once we restart here at Charlotte with Garrett Zenor, William Brock, Elijah Gordon, and Herja Larvin Alonso in the Coca-Cola ride, by the way. who won at Dover at the beginning of the month, looking for his second win of the season. He might get it done. Brad Stover, Blaine Keys, Alexander Rowe, Cameron Garlington. Actually, I think Garlington came down the pit lane.
It's Garcia in the 92.
And Garcia's actually a lap down in the 92, so it actually is Diego Yepez, I believe, in the 32. But anyways, we see Stuart Gratton, Matt Dalio, Zachary Fitzwater, Andrew Miller, all with damage. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the first caution of the night here in the Coca-Cola 600. Well, Trey Bartow, this team needed a good run here tonight, and unfortunately, kaboom, in the number 4 machine. You're going to see it here as that engine expires. And you see the puff of smoke that ensues trailing that number 4. He is slowing down, trying to make it to the pit lane. Nick Smith in the 85 cannot react in time, and right into the number 4 Trey Bartow, into the outside wall hard. Luke Rainey barely avoids this one, and I mean barely. Isaac Nichols piles in. Andrew Miller nowhere to go. Nick Smith flipping through the air. Juan Garcia plummets the 7 massively. And then Aaron Walpole gets caught up in this one as well. Isaac Nichols going flipping in the 22 as more guys pile in. Nathan Stapleton, Justin Roberts, Cody Sill avoids this. So does Ace Garcia and Michael Canto. Stuart Gratton with heavy damage in the 25, the Season 5 winner of this event. Justin Heath in the 30. Hard impact for him. Yepez. Phillips avoids this one. Fitzwater does not. And so many guys involved just because one little car went a-chew.
So one little thing can change the entire complex of the race. Nick Smith nowhere to go, and just into the wall hard. There goes a lot of guys. And look at that 22 barrel roll as well as the 85. And on the front straightaway, it's effectively a logjam at this point. Major contact between a lot of these guys. Zachary Fitzwater just barely clipped someone.
He clipped Isaac Nichols, and he arc braked into those guys. Let's replay this once again. And we're following with Isaac Nichols here in the number 22, and he just has nowhere to go as Nick Smith and Trey Bartow come down. Andrew Miller as well, Juan Garcia, Aaron Walpole, and look at how fast Fitzwater comes into this thing. Hard impact there as he ran right into Justin Knight and Juan Garcia. His car is totaled in the number 9. Along with Miller, Gratton, Nichols, Bartow, Stapleton, Nick Smith, Justin Heath, Juan Garcia. And then, of course, we saw Matt Dalio get involved as well on the 79, and his day is also going to be done. Fortunately, the leaders avoided it, but they're not going to be the leaders anymore because some of these guys stayed out. And Garrett Sinor is right behind Christian Vargas for the lead here. Vargas staying out later than everybody else, able to keep the lead in the 06. Let's see what he does on the restart here in the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte. We're going to go back to racing with 16 laps to go in the Coca-Cola 600, and I'd say about the top dozen or so. They might be worrying about fuel here, because they did not come down under that caution, and there's even a chance that everybody's going to have to come down again after this, but we're just going to have to see. Christian Vargas, he cashed in very well after that. He was the last guy to come down the pit lane, able to stay on the lead lap. He was ahead of everybody else, and he's going to restart in the first position, right ahead of Garrett Sinor, trying to break an over 3-season losing streak. William Brock trying to get his second career Chick-fil-A Cup Series win and his second win in the Coke 600. Elijah Gordon trying to get the one he lost in season number 2. Angelo Alonso trying to get his second win of the season. Same with Brad Stover. Blaine Keys trying to save a miserable season. Same with Alexander Rowe, and Diego Yepez trying to move his way up there in the point standings after all of that. We have ourselves just a few cars left who might get the win, as a lot of guys got knocked out in that one. Few of them a lap down there, but all you guys see 4 laps down or more, they're done for the day. Only 30 drivers left on the racetrack here at Charlotte as Christian Vargas pulls away in the 06.
I believe the 38 spun the tires on that restart, but Sinor and Vargas, they literally had just come down the pit road when that huge accident happened on the front straightaway. So they're basically on fresh tires, full tanks of gas. So I wouldn't be surprised if they managed to run this whole thing through.
Yeah, there's a good chance they will. And that's a tough break for the guys who were dominating in this one. As you can see, you got Nicholas Samadio back in there. He is leading of those guys that we were seeing dominating earlier on in the race. Daniel McMillan, Jonathan Wong, they're at the back of the field right now. So just a tough break for those guys. Christian Vargas is pulling away in the 06, but we still got a long ways to go in this thing. Hergel Arvin Alonso in the 40 with help from Blaine Keys in the 64 on the inside lane. There to the inside of William Brock and Garrett Sinor.
So you know what I said about those top 3 guys being the only ones to win this race? I jinxed it.
Yeah, well, they still have a possible chance, but I don't know. They're kind of deep in the field right now. They're going to have to keep on that inside lane this entire run. I mean, McMillan could possibly do it, and even Samadio, if they can get to that inside lane in time. They're not too far behind. But how about this? The 2 American flag machines in this race are going to be 1-2 right here. Blaine Keys to the inside of Hergel Arvin Alonso. He's not going to get it on the 40. And Alonso stays right in between those identical-looking machines. That is Christian Vargas leading the field with Blaine Keys right behind him. And Alonso looking to the inside of the 06 for the lead. How about Hergel Arvin Alonso? Got a great run of Canadian Tire after winning at Dover, trying to make his way into the chase. I mentioned at the top of the show, you gotta get top 5s and top 10s, and even wins. And if Alonso can pull this race off, he would move his way up to the points once again. William Brock and Garrett Sinor side by side. Sinor's teammate, Diego Yepes, is right here. How about a dark horse for this one? Alexander Rowan, the 68 for Friesen Motorsports. He's 7th right now with Stover, Richard Kingard, and Matthew Phillips, the top 10.
Yeah, as you can see, these guys, it would be awesome if these patriotic schemes won this race. If they finished 1-2, that would be even better. But Hergel Arvin Alonso, he is hungry for another win. He has had not the best season so far. He is looking to turn this season around with his 2nd win of the season here at Charlotte.
Yes, to the inside of Blaine Keys he goes. William Brock also trying to turn his season around. He's to the inside of Blaine Keys for 3rd. And here we go. Justin Roberts getting in the way of Christian Vargas. And here comes Alonso in the 40. Right to the back bumper of the 06. Oh, and Justin Roberts holding up the inside lane. Will Garrett Sinor get around him? No, he won't. Sinor's going to get screwed out of all of this. Oh, that's a tough break for the 38. He had a great run going for him, trying to break that losing streak. It's just going to continue going on, I believe, for the 38 machine. Can't get around Justin Roberts, and this is what we saw last night as well. Oh, Matthew Phillips making it 3 wide there. Not a very advisory move right there by the 33 of Matthew Phillips, but it looks like they're going to get away with it. But Sinor lost a ton of ground. And, you know, he might still have a chance, actually. Nah, I don't think he will. He's just a little too far behind at this point. But it's still these 3 guys up front. Christian Vargas, Hergel Arvin Alonso, and Blaine Keys. We are within 10 laps to go in the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte. And Christian Vargas trying to turn around a dismal season here tonight with a possible win in the Coke 600.
Yeah, I'd say unless like another catastrophic thing happens, Vargas has his bed made. He's on the right strategy. He just pitted a couple laps ago right before that big wreck happened. Other guys possibly are going to have to pit. So I'd say unless his engine blows or something like that, he's got a really good chance of winning this race.
Well, not unless Blaine Keys catches up to him here. That 64 got around Alonso, and if these guys stay single file, they're going to close right in on the 06. But how about this? The 2 American flag machines, 1-2 on Memorial Day weekend here in the Coca-Cola 600. But Alonso has something to say about that to the inside of Blaine Keys. Don't look now, Nicholas Samadio has moved his way inside the top 10. So if something freak happens, maybe these guys ahead of him have to pit. He might be in position to possibly win this thing. But it's 5 laps to go at Charlotte. And I don't think these leaders are showing any signs of coming down, and all this battling for second place is just making it easier and easier for Christian Vargas in the 06.
Yeah, they're coming to 4 laps to go. These are going to be the 4 longest laps of Christian Vargas's career so far in Chick-fil-A Cup Series.
It definitely will. He's never won before on Napa Fan, and for his first win, that'll be the Coke 600. That's a pretty big deal right there. Alonso going for his 3rd career Chick-fil-A Cup Series win and his 2nd in 3 races. He is closing back in, but I'm just wondering if these guys are going to be able to make it. I have a feeling that Vargas is going to have to come down. I don't know why, and if Vargas comes down, that means that the guys who came down the pit lane under the caution are going to be in the catbird seat for this one, because everybody else who stayed out came in before Christian Vargas. But it's 3 laps to go for the 06. The number 40 of Jarlard and Alonso trying to close in and get the win for Coca-Cola in the Coca-Cola 600. He's going to have a chance, but will they have to come down?
They might have to. We've seen it with
Lane
Jessica
Keys is
multiple
coming down the
times.
pit lane. Oh boy. Will Vargas have to come down? That is the big question right there. William Brock and I believe Richard King had already come down the pit lane. Here we go again. Pit strategy in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Will Vargas and Alonso stay out? Or will they come down here, coming to the white flag? The 06 is staying out. Alonso comes down. White flag for Christian Vargas in the Coca-Cola 600.
Well, Brad Stover's definitely going to expand his points lead after this. He just regained 2nd. So
He did.
It's going to be a great point save for him.
Daniel McMillan, John Stewart, Nicholas Samadio, the top 5. How about this one? Christian Vargas in the 06, supporting the American flag, will win on Memorial Day weekend his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series victory. It comes in the Coca-Cola 600. And he led every single lap after that restart. How about that for Wade Enterprises and Christian Vargas? That's the team's 3rd win of the season. John Stewart winning the first 2. And Christian Vargas, his first career Napa Fan win, another rookie in victory lane here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Christian Vargas gets it done in the Coca-Cola 600, able to stretch it on fuel at the end. Nicholas Samadio will finish 5th. How about the day for Samadio after winning earlier this morning at Indy? Coming home with a top 5 finish in the Coca-Cola 600. And, I mean, that whole entire top 10 is entirely different than what we expected, I think. But Christian Vargas, the winner here tonight in the Coca-Cola 600. And he's able to hold them all off there. Only 11 guys finished on the lead lap because so many of those guys had to come down near the end. They were not able to make it on fuel. But Vargas was able to do so, and he led every lap after that restart. That was just a strong run for the 06 to come home with the victory here tonight at Charlotte.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Really congratulations to Christian Vargas, saluting the Americans on Memorial Day weekend. That is probably the highest honor you can have, winning the biggest race in Chick-fil-A Cup Series on Memorial Day weekend with the patriotic scheme.
And Vargas, the one to pull it off here tonight for Wade Enterprises, and you mentioned the American flag on that machine. It's something else that had happened here tonight, but Christian Vargas pretty happy about that one. Getting his first career Napa Fan win here tonight. Brad Stover, Daniel McMillan, John Stewart, Nicholas Samadio, Michael Camto, Jonathan Wong, Colton Yo, Cody Sill, and Tristan Allen. And I mean, a lot of guys we did not expect finishing that top 10, like Michael Camto, John Stewart, Colton Yo, Cody Sill, Tristan Allen. Where do those guys come from in this one? It's something what those guys were able to do here tonight. Alonso technically finished on the lead lap there because he did actually cross the start-finish line before Christian Vargas finished the race, so he drove all the way back around and finished 11th. Still a great run for him nonetheless, and it's that kind of run that will keep him moving up in the points. So still a great day for Alonso. Roger Ray, Patrick Smith, Julio Caesar, John Arndt, and Blaine Keysall finishing a lap down there. A lot of guys finishing a lap down that were running up front during this race. And if this thing stayed green, they might have had a chance at victory here tonight, but this wasn't the way it worked out for a lot of guys. And I'm really surprised by the outcome of this race. We did not see Christian Vargas at all the entire run, but he was able to stay out longer than anybody else there. The caution came out at the perfect time. He took the lead, and he held everybody off as well. Great run for Christian Vargas here tonight. There are the rest of the results right there. Everyone from Jordan Carter on down failed to finish, and all in that big crash as well. It's a tough break for all those guys involved here tonight in the Coke 600. But another rookie winning here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and like you said, Brad Stover's going to stay in the points lead, but he's not going to move it up by too much. He's only going to be 17 ahead of John Stewart after this one, because John Stewart finished 4th. Pretty good run for Wayne Enterprises here tonight, and it's going to be fun to see what happens next week for race 14 of the season, the NRLOA 500 at Michigan. The third crown jewel event of the season here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and that's one that a lot of the NRLOA members really want to win. Defending winner of that race is Elijah Gordon. We're going to have to see what he does in that event next week, and we got a lot of stuff going on next week between the Texas races in Rockstar Pro Series and IndyCar Series and Turkey Hill Series and Chick-fil-A Cup Series at Michigan. It's going to be a great weekend next weekend, just like this whole entire week was. Thank you guys so much for watching this whole entire week. Indy 250 week was a huge success, and couldn't thank you guys enough for all the support you guys have given me. And thank you guys for watching all this stuff, because it took me a long time to do all this stuff with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy it. But anyways, congratulations to Christian Vargas for getting the victory here tonight in the Coca-Cola 600, winning the longest race of the season. We'll have to see what that does in the point standings for him, as these guys will see the point standings right now here for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. So thank you guys very much for watching once again. Have a safe and happy Memorial Day, everybody, and don't forget to check out all the good stuff tomorrow as well. I got the real deal coming up tomorrow with the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600 in real life. Also the Grand Prix of Monaco as well. So just an overall great day tomorrow like it was today for us. And yeah, I hope you guys stick around and enjoy next week's events here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching once again. On behalf of Trey Wright, congratulations to Christian Vargas, and I will see you guys later.
And your love, it keeps on taking me high.